long-term care home structure that provides a comfortable, and you will hear from Minister Phillips shortly, we are truly delivering on that promise. In 2020, 3 pieces of unused government land were put up for sale on the condition that they become sites for long-term care facilities. We're standing on one of those properties right now. The ministry used a fair and highly competitive process to determine the winning bid. And I'm incredibly pleased that a brand new long-term care home can be built in the heart of our community. This new home will provide many of our loved ones with a modern, safe, and comfortable place to live. This is truly amazing news for our community, and thank you to everyone for making this possible. As the MPP of Vaughan Woodbridge, I will continue being a strong voice and advocate for our seniors and ensure that we get our loved ones into long-term care homes sooner in an environment where they are fully supported. Thank you so much for being here today, and I'd now like to turn over to Minister Phillips, who will make some additional comments. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Michael. It's great to be here in Vaughan Woodbridge with my colleague, the Honourable Michael Tibollo, a great representative for this riding in this community. Also with his partner here in Vaughan, Stephen Lecce, the Honourable Stephen Lecce, the Minister of Education. I was commenting to Mayor Bevilacqua before. It's a real a wonderful thing for the community of Vaughan to have 2 such influential ministers here in this community, and I'm very pleased they're here with me today. I'm also enormously pleased that the Mayor of Vaughan, Maurizio Bevilacqua, is here with us today. The old saying goes, they say if a tree falls in the forest and nobody hears, the tree didn't fall. Well, if something happens in Vaughan and Maurizio Bevilacqua isn't there, then I'm not sure it happened. So Maurizio, thank you for joining us for this important announcement. We're here on the site of some currently provincially owned land. This is land that was bought by the province in the 70s and 80s and has been used for a variety of uses. A portion of that land was used to build a municipal sports facility. There's a baseball diamond and soccer fields nearby. But part of our government's focus on long-term care is about making sure that facilities are built in some of the communities where that can be most difficult. And as everybody across the GTA knows, one of the challenges in the GTA is affordability and, of course, the cost of property. So that's why, as Minister Tibollo mentioned, I'm very proud to be here on this site, here in Vaughan.
Good afternoon. And inject liquidity into the Afghan economy to avoid collapse. I am particularly alarmed to see promises made to Afghan women and girls by the Taliban being broken. Broken promises lead to broken dreams for the women and girls of Afghanistan. If we do not act and help Afghans weather this storm and do it soon, not only they, but all the world will pay a heavy price. Without food, without jobs, without their rights protected, we will see more and more Afghans fleeing their homes in search of a better life. The flow of illicit drugs, criminal and terrorist networks will also likely increase. The flow of illicit drugs, criminal and terrorist networks will also likely increase. The Afghan people cannot suffer a collective punishment because the Taliban misbehave. People should not die of hunger in any circumstance. And so one of my key messages is that the UN is in Afghanistan to deliver humanitarian aid and to deliver humanitarian aid of the people in need, and what we ask is unhindered access everywhere, and what we ask is for women and men to be able to deliver humanitarian aid in the same circumstances.
Canadian Taxpayer Federation put out a released report here. And pension and severance figures for 2021 federal election. So here's their article. The Canadian Taxpayers Federation released its calculations of estimated pensions or severance payments paid to the 51 members of Parliament who were either defeated in the federal election or did not seek re-election. So, the quote, Taxpayers shouldn't feel too bad for the politicians who lost the election because they'll be cashing big severance or pension checks, said Franco Terrazzano, who's the federal director of the CTF. Thanks to past pension reforms, taxpayers will not have to shoulder as much of the burden as they used to. But there's a lot more work to do to make politicians pay affordable for taxpayers. So the defeating or retiring MPs will collect 1.4 million. And then 42 by the age 90, and annually it's about 3.3 million a year currently will be issued to some former MPs. So that's that, and they get about $100,000 a year for the high-paying ones, and it's pretty good pay for a pension.